Hi everyone. Welcome to our podcast. And today we have a very special guest who is Manaspal. Manas is a life coach and he work on areas health, wealth, relationship, career, money, and he will talk about all the kind of perspective on what impact does it have on numerology. So he's going to talk on all the aspects of numerology here on all the five areas. So let us welcome Manas to our show. Okay. So hello Manas. Thank you for joining in today. It's a great pleasure to have you on our podcast, and yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. So glad to be here. Actually, thank you for inviting. And so I'm really looking forward to these conversations and really looking forward to serve your audience and serve the wider audience and unlock
Absolutely.
the power of the numerology. Yeah, thank you.
So we the topic for today we have chosen is like we are going to unlock the five areas through numbers, and we are going to go deeper into numerology and understand it in a deeper level. Okay, so let us go deeper into basics today. Um, Manas, can you tell the audience what exactly is numerology?
Yeah, so first of all, the many people thinks about the numerology, either it is a myth or it is or superstitious, how it works. But I say it is the numerology is a language. Like for example, we are speaking a language of English or and the Hindi. Like my mother tongue is Bengali. Now your maybe in Hindi. So we communicate with the language, right? Now, for
Right.
example, if you come to our native areas, who people doesn't understand Hindi. Now, if
Hmm.
you do not know Bengali, either you need a help of a person who knows Bengali, or you need to know the Bengali in order to in order to communicate. The same way,
Absolutely.
it is numerology is the language of the numbers. How the
Hmm.
numbers communicate each other. So I would say the numerology is a basically in basic, very simple, down to earth layman language. If I say it is a language, it is a tool to communicate, and it is a communication of the numbers.
Hmm. Great. So, when you said that people think that numerology is about superstition, or how exactly does it influence our life?
So if I see about the influencing your life, if you see any people in this earth, each and every people has four needs, majorly basics needs. And if I talk about those is health, wealth, relationships, and career or the money, you can say. So these are the basic needs. And if we talk about in our Vedic tradition, the Vedic scriptures language, it is called dharma, artha, kama, or moksha.
Hmm.
Like everyone's has certain duties and everyone's needs some needs. When you talk about karma, it's basically needs of our needs, basically health and everything. Then it comes about artha or money or finance, and then moksha. When dealing with that's how we can go beyond this. So if someone's may call spirituality, which is beyond our these four areas. So numerology can actually then unlock all these four areas, or rather these areas where someone is blocked, or how they can reactivate those areas. Or many people think, okay, my health is always going down, but why it is so? We can find out through the numerology. Someone says, I'm not able to excel in career. What is the problem? Can we find out? So yes, we can see it through the numerology. So basically, we can diagnose it, and also we have the different remedies by which one can really come out of it through this numerology. So in all four areas of life.
So Manas, I remember like numerology is very new nowadays. Like earlier, my mom used to go to astrologer to
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
this career अच्छा नहीं चल रहा या जो भी life में problem आ गया, challenge आ गया. and people used to go to astrologer. Now also they go, but numerology mein jitna I understand, only that to a certain level you get लाइक कि पर्सनालिटी कैसी है वो बताता है न्यूमरोलॉजी के अंदर, और कंपैटिबिलिटी कैसी है जितना, लेकिन आई थिंक दैट इट देर इज अ लैक in terms of remedies, and like in astrology there are so many remedies, so many things, but
Yeah.
in numerology I think there is a gap. So what do
Okay.
you think? What do you think? How is numerology and astrology different?
Okay. So first of all, this is a part of this. Either you call it numerology and astrology. Both are actually science, Vedic science. It is proven science. This is overall it is called an occult science. So it's works on different. Actually, it works on the planet and different systems. So now many people think about that. This particular number has a different planet. Actually, no, the planet has numbers because they are the person. Like, for example, I am talking to Neha here, for example. So you are a person, and I am a person. We both talking to each other. So similarly, when we talk about the numbers, they are also actually having a personalities. So that is a different science of it. But if you talk about the different, there is actually no difference. The mother science or the scriptures actually talks about the astrology, and from there it is more simplified. I would say the numerology is very simplified science which anyone can understand so quickly. And if you ask me honestly, I feel astrology is a bit complicated and there are so many things. For me, I did not understand so much dips, and numerology is very easy. And in our lives, there is a numbers are always plays a crucial role. And
Hmm.
I have a great fond of I love the numbers. Yeah. So that's what the numerology is interest is created. That's what I would say. So it is not different. And as far as you are talking about the remedies, there are different remedies. But the good part, I would say, the numerology of the remedies is I always share different remedies to people, which is very, very, I would say, cost effective, rather minimum to minimum cost, which is any layman can do it. Or it is not that you need to have a good professional career in order to have spend some money. But if you talk about the astrologies, and if you have some gemstone or certain stones, now many people spends lakhs, even someone spends thousands, and someone's even spend thousands say did not work. The reason is the purity again matters. So it's cost, and that's not many people's works. For many people may not be able to afford. But in numerology, what I learned and what I applied and what I also suggest to various people, which is, I would say, very affordable. Uh, so that people can, for example, I will give one example. And the person who was doing really good, and he did not have the balance in his life. So, and the balance number is number 5, and I ruled by number 5, which is there. Maybe in the eventual discussions we will come to that. So, and I know very well, so I told him use green color as much as, he went so many astrologers, so many pandit, jyotish babas, both chakkar khata hai. So when he went there and told, he told Manas, yeah, they told me like that. So from that time onwards, I used to keep always green handkerchiefs in my pockets, and I feel things moved there. Then his faith on numerology started from there because it's massive. Because he was thinking about the astrology. I told him numerology, you can do that, and use more and more green colors. He told, "Wow, I will follow it more particularly." Now, handkerchief, how much cost it? It's 20 rupees. Keep it 2 or 3. Even if you use every day, purchase 3, 4. Every
Hmm.
day, change it, put it.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
doesn't
Hmm.
cost anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So, Manas, you believe a lot in numerology, right? So when did this belief started coming in you? Because I honestly will tell you something. I don't much believe in this, but then the thing is that I feel certain logic here. Like,
yeah,
for example, Dhirubhai Ambani, he's
yeah,
born on 28th December, and there is a year, right? If
yeah,
somebody else is also born on 28th December, will that
yeah,
person be having the same fate? Maybe there is another person on the earth
mm,
having the same date of birth, having the same
yeah,
year as well, and
everything.
yeah, even year as well. So
Yeah.
as per the numerology, their fate must be the
Could be
same.
the same. Yeah,
Same. And but then there is only one Dhirubhai Ambani, or there is one person who is at a bigger level, at a achieving a great success in their life. So
yeah,
how is this? I mean, how do you first of all answer this? That how do you got so much believe in this? And
yeah.
second, I want to get the answer on this curiosity which I have. Like, if two-person have the same date of birth and same time, and then also they are having different fate, how?
Okay. So, as far as you're telling about the beliefs, even on my mentor of numerology says, he says very beautiful. It is his slogan. I would say, बोलता है मानो मत जानो. Don't just believe it. You understand it and apply it in your life. If it works, then आपका मानना नहीं जानना हो जाएगा. जानना हो जाएगा तो फिर मानेंगे. So it is
Hmm.
very simple. Even I am myself is very logical person, and I always sees everything with through logics and science behind it. If
Hmm.
things works,
Hmm.
then only. And even if I say the numbers, those are logical. They are few numbers are prominent. 249 and or even 5 4. If they have, they are very logical thinking person. Now you can think about yourself, is those numbers are matching or not. So naturally you will feel logical. I do not know your date of birth, but I can tell you from that for sure. That's what your thinkings comes. But if you see, those are major person like 816, they're very practical person. Like
Hmm.
someone, if you say that now you mentioned and that one become Dhirubhai Ambani, even if it bought. I'm coming to that. Even if you see two, if someone has the number of 216, 276, they will be very, very action taker. Now they
Hmm.
do not think, like for example, Ratan Tata.
Hmm.
What he used to say, I make decisions. I
Hmm.
don't take decision. I make decisions. Doesn't matter. He is an action taker person. So if you see his birth chart, it comes 2 7 6 0. I will show you at times. So if he is not taking actions, who will take? Now, if I comes to the questions to you, if someone is born on the same date of birth or date of year, for example, if someone is born on 1st of January, for example, 1st of January 2025. Now, many people will be born on the 1st of January 2025. Now, if we say that if this person becomes successful, now you have given the example of Dhirubhai Ambani. Let's take the example of Dhirubhai Ambani, 28th
8
of
December,
28th
28
December.
December.
28th December. Now, 28th December, final year, you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. 28. So if you take the 28th is comes 2 plus 8 is 10.
10.
1.
Hmm.
1 is the number of sun, planet sun. So sun is king. So 1 is
Hmm.
the number of king. So he lives like a king.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
1 is the number of king. Now that's why he is become. Now the question is in the same date of birth, if that other person may not be successful. Now the
Hmm.
question is that is not the problem of your date of birth, but how you are utilizing your date of birth. For example, now you know that the number one is ruled by
Sun.
number one is for sun. So that
Yeah.
means the person is like a king. So he should be into entrepreneurship. He should be into the business. But if he's doing a job, now when Dhirubhai Ambani becomes successful, when he was doing a job or when he
Hmm.
started doing business?
Starting doing business.
Exactly. So if
Hmm.
someone is in the wrong field,
Hmm.
What we can expect from them? कितना भी बोलता है ना, कितना भी आप गोते लगा लो, हम अंदर ही जाएंगे, नीचे ही जाएंगे, ऊपर नहीं आएंगे. So if you're in
Correct.
the wrong place, in the wrong field, you are putting extreme effort. But where you are
Hmm.
putting effort in the wrong place? So what we can expect?
Like, yeah, yeah, absolutely right. And I would like to add one more thing. Maybe I might believe after I might believe in numerology just going through after the end by the end of this podcast. But yes, I would like to add one thing here that if somebody is born on the same date of birth, and like you said that if a person is in job and he should, as per the numbers, as per his numbers, he should be in business. And that's when the number plays a good role for his or her life. Then I would like to add that, yeah, and also I think mindset plays a very important role in somebody's success. So if somebody's surrounded by people like who are negative and thoughts are going on in a negative way, then I think that even numbers won't be working in their favor, because
Number would be working, but how you are taking advantage of it. Now, for example, I will give you an example. Now,
hmm,
this one I tell, especially those who are ruled by number 5. I'm giving
hmm,
you a statement. If someone is born on 5th, 14th, or 23,
hmm,
mark my words, these peoples will never be unsuccessful.
hmm,
They can become less successful, they can be more successful, but they will never be unsuccessful. Now the question is, the
hmm,
date of birth 5th ruled by many people. Virat Kohli, one example, Bill Gates. Now, the same date of birth which Virat Kohli born on that day, is that other person also, there are many other person born. The question is, now for example, the person born in a very poverty-stricken family, let's say, very poverty-stricken family. Now, let's take an example of mine. I born in very poverty-stricken family. We had very, not even basic level of education, basic facilities in my childhood. I become the first engineer from the village.
hmm,
Become the success.
hmm,
Now, if you see my son and my father, his son becomes super successful. Now, if I compare with Bill Gates, if I compare with, I born by the way 14th. So, if I talk about Bill Gates, if I talk about Virat Kohli, can be different. Scale may be different. But from where I am in, I'm successful. But I am doing still is becoming further more successful. Now, if I don't act, if I do nothing, what number will do it? Because number has a frequency, number has a potential of it. But unless I take an advantage of that number, it will not have anything. Yeah.
right. Right, right. So,
That's
by
what.
the way, when you were telling about the number five, even I am born on five. Uh,
You just
yeah.
count my words and you just match it. And by the way, another, when you told about the number 5, I am giving you one more complimentation. These people can be equally good at both job and business, both. Job,
Hmm.
although they will do good job, and even they are in
Hmm.
the business, they will do good in business, but more better in the business.
So, I am 5th January. So, only the first, like the date is the number, or what the number has to be. What is the process to calculate the number?
Okay, so we can tell you that how you can make your own date of birth or the birth chart is very simple. It is like fingertips. You can learn it in very short time, and but it is combination of both date, month, and year. For
Yeah.
example, if I can share, just give me the if I can share the screen here.
Yeah.
So now this is called this. If you see able to see this grid, this is
Hmm.
called a Loshu grid. Now, who is a Loshu? Loshu is actually a saint who has discovered this basically greed. This is Chinese philosopher, Chinese saint who has discovered this greed called Losu greed. So each and every numbers has a place. So if someone has date of birth, let's say 14th June 1991 for me, for example. So if I 14th is there, I will put 1 here, 4 here, and how many numbers? Yeah, I do not have the graphics here, but I can put it. Otherwise, I would have put it here. But yeah, 1 is here, 4 is here, then 6. Soon, 0, there will be no place for 0. So 6 will be here. And then again, 1991. So 2 times 1 will come here, 9 will come here. Both 9 will come here. Then there is uh, uh, after that, there is a calculation called, I would say, the driver and conductor and the poor number. So this is, I call this is 3 lotteries. The Lord Bhagavan ne हर एक को 3 lotteries दिए हैं. So to open their more fed to them. So for example, I call this driver, conductor. Someone you might have heard like Bhaggank or Mullanka, if you
Hmm.
heard the number.
Hmm. Hmm.
So driver is who is the driving. So it is basically the debt. If you are on 14th, that means 1 plus 4. If you're 5, only 5.
Right.
So if you are
Yeah.
in 23, 2 plus 3. If you're someone is 10th, then 1 plus 0 is 1. So that number also will come to that grid. The same, then it is a conductor is nothing but the summation of all the numbers, date, month, and year. That
Hmm.
comes together. So that number also plays role. Then it becomes the complete chart. It becomes complete.
Wow, amazing. So, you have such a depth knowledge of this grid and everything. So, like if somebody has, like you mentioned that grid. So, if somebody is born on 10, so there is no place for zero in the grid.
Yeah.
And if somebody is date of birth doesn't have all the 1 to 9 numbers, then also the grid is there, but the other numbers there is a blank. Do you mean to
Yes.
say?
Yes. So even I have seen the more than more than many hundreds of date of birth analyzed, and even my mentors has he told more than 15,000 date of birth he analyzed and told he found hardly maybe 10 or 15 out of 9 are 9s are present. Maybe out of 15,000 may not be getting 15. He is telling very
Ah,
few,
acha.
very
Hmm,
few.
very
So
few.
everyone will be having something or others missing. So,
Missing.
but that
So
doesn't mean
does it impact? Does it have a
it, it,
bad impact?
it has impact. It has an impact, but there are ways how you can take benefit even those missing numbers. That's why the remedies comes into the place.
Acha. So like I mentioned in the earlier that
Yeah.
I was not sure whether numerology can give remedies,
Yes.
but astrology gives. So do you mean to say that even in numerology there are remedies?
Yes. There are remedies.
Okay, great, great,
Like
great.
for example, I told earlier, the
Huh.
person who was missing balance in the life, he is putting so much effort because his numbers 5 is missing. And if you see in the grid, uh, if you see the grid, the number 5 is placed in the center.
Center. Huh.
It is the
Yeah.
giving balance. So even if my mentor says that even if you have no numbers, only 5 is there, still it makes complete. So that's why it is called like a master key. So, like for example, someone goes to the hotel, and sometimes we forget the keys while we have kept or miss. But if we go to the reception of the people, tell, oh, no problem, we have the master key. They take the master keys and open. With that keys, they can open any doors, any rooms. So
Hmm.
master key. So 5 is the number of master key. So, so
Amazing.
he has missed. So he in his birth chart it was not there. So I told use the green color more and more. And
Hmm.
he get eventually after some time he will get an effect of the number 5.
Great, great. So, do you mean to say that numbers have the ability to have more money or more
Yes,
success? Huh?
yes, yes. Now
Okay. So,
I will tell you another thing about that same on this. Now if you have seen The people are so much talented. People have a lot of education. They have done graduation, they have done engineering, doctors, and they are in from the good college, and they have the good professions. But
Mm.
they are going into their career, but their salary, their credentials, what they have, and their salaries, their promotion, or their life, what they're supposed to have, that's not matching with their degree or their education, what they have. Why? Because those numbers are missing in their grids. So they're putting a lot of efforts, but they're not getting. Again, you see, some people are putting very less effort, very less times. They could do some works in 10 minutes. The another person is very intelligent, very sharp, but putting almost 3 4 hours. But another person आता है घूमता है फिरता है आता है. I have seen in many people in corporates, and I worked more than 12 years in the corporate. I seen some people come say क्या काम है बताओ. फटाफट बोलते हैं, he works and does, and I see he's always chilling and making the work is done. Another person is putting so much effort, not even why. Then I analyzed, but that time I was not knowing numerology. But when I just started numerology, but when I go back, I see that, oh, these numbers are missing for them. These numbers are prominent for them. I was telling you the driver or conductor number. If
Mm.
someone's more prominent there, so they have struggles there. Now, if I tell you the number, if you see 5 6 numbers are missing, someone has number 5 and 6 are missing, he can be a doctor, she can be a doctor, even can become IPS officer, but will not, they will feel not successful in their lives. But they will not feel the money is there, or they're not be able to enjoy because the numbers are missing there. But if they do little bit remedies, they can have that.
Okay, great. So, Manas, tell me how much, yeah, you said it right that there are certain kind of people who are doing less efforts and still they are more
Yeah.
successful, maybe because of their numbers, you think that. But what if I say that maybe their strategy is not right in their career? So maybe that is the reason, or do you purely believe that numbers play really really important? Even so numbers is one thing, then their birth chart maybe as per the astrology is different. uh, do you think that it is a mix of thing or only
It's not only, it is what I mean to say is, I'm not, when I'm talking about the numerology, certain numbers are missing. That I am not telling because of that someone's need not to put effort. See,
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
that you no need to put any effort and he
Hmm.
will become successful. No
Yeah,
one in this become successful.
yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about that. But if someone is the right field,
Mm.
right means what? You know what is the field supposed to be for you. If you are being in that field, becoming successful it's become easier. Now,
Yeah.
for example, if I tell someone that if I say my sons are not supposed to be in the engineering, I put in engineering. He will never be satisfied. Even he passed out from the engineering, he will do
Hmm.
something else there eventually. Now, if you see that many people has done certain degrees and many professional degrees, but then their career suddenly shifted after some years. Why?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was not matching. Now,
Matching,
recently,
yeah.
one of the person, one of the coach, he was telling to me, I accidentally joined one of the course called in astrology. I told it is not accidental, because especially in the occult science, no one comes by accidents.
Hmm.
It cannot be. Then I told you, give me your date of birth. Then when I
Yeah.
analyzed, I told you are fit for the astrology. And you are the fit for the occult science. If you make the career here, you will be successful. You are not
Wow.
came by accident.
So what is the number for occult science?
So if someone has the number 3 and 7 both or
Huh.
one, I would say don't see right, don't see left, go straight. Only occult science. Don't even
Wow.
go.
Wow.
If you have both 3 and 7, wow.
Great, great. So, I see many people, they add certain extra words or like double A, double H.
Name
Yeah.
extra.
So do you think that it is a powerful thing in doing in going on in numerology for success?
Yes, it is actually. Honestly speaking, it is. It is very much. In fact, even if you see my name is Manas K Pal, Manas Kumar Pal, but I mentioned Manas K Pal. So the reason is very simple, and I would say the name is the only one place where a you have a little bit of control where you can change. Now, can you change your date of birth?
No.
Because that is given,
Yeah.
right? You're born, you're given. Now, only one thing, control the controllable. You have only one thing you can control is this is date of
Name.
your name.
Yeah. Your
So
name.
I say this is non-negotiable.
Hmm.
Now, my earlier date of based on my date of birth, my names were coming in the wrong number, total number. So it is giving me a struggle. I have seen many people. I told you change the number. I remember I almost 6 months back when I went to recently Mumbai to attend one of the event. The person I was also seeing his date of birth, analyzing. I told he should be successful, good enough. Why it is? Then he's telling so much struggle, so much pleasures what it was doing. Then I told, okay, tell me your name. Then I was analyzing. I was telling, इधर ही पासा पलट गया है."
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah,
This
name plays a very important role, and as you said that date of birth is something we can't control. So we have to control. We have to work on those areas where we have the control. So maybe the name
actually there
has
are
to be.
81 combination. Actually, there is 81 combination. Out of any one combination would be matching with that. It is called like DC combination, driver and conductor combination. Each and
Hmm.
we have number from 1 to 9, and similarly driver conductor combination. Based on that, there should be a number, the matching should be there, and you need to see your date of birth, which number is missing, which one should be actually the prominent. So those numbers, if it's matching there, it plays very crucial role. And honestly speaking, uh, it plays very crucial role even for my life, when I just changed even my names. And even if you see, I have changed K additionally here. Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Wow.
very. And
So
even many even celebrities nowadays are changing the name.
yeah, I
It
keep
happened.
on seeing. Yeah, I keep on seeing that.
The good part,
So,
and the good
huh?
part, the good
Good
part,
part.
good part is you don't need to change in your Aadhaar card or PAN card, or
Okay.
in any of your legal documents, whatever. Now, for example, oh, we have been almost more than 30, 40 years, so you can't go back and change. Even if we change, lot of hassle. Now, recently, one of again our clients' daughter born. I told, okay, now we want to make the name in proper based on the numerology from the day one. Okay,
Hmm.
that is a good option.
See, and
Now,
now awareness is there, no?
yeah,
So earlier there was no awareness. People used to keep the name
yeah,
like anything,
yeah,
and maybe through the astrology की first word या first alphabet
yes,
हमें पता
yes.
है and we used to keep the name. But now, given people believe in numerology, they think that it gives results. So they keep on the names as per numerology so that it is a powerful name, and the name is in alignment with the date of birth, and both of them are favoring a person for a successful life. Of course, actions are required, but then these things are also impacting on their. So what else? Like one is
Like for
name,
example,
one is maybe other numbers are maybe house number, mobile
yes,
number,
yes. Exactly.
and what other names are
House number, car number,
car
then
number.
mobile number.
Yeah.
Those things we can choose particular numbers. Now, many people says, okay, I do not have choice to have certain number for my car.
Hmm.
You can pay a little bit additional money to have the your chosen number as your plate number.
Car number.
You can do
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, for
So,
example, I did not change my number and my name every
uh,
matlab in my doc, but I changed here. Now you can see my name is Manaskpal. Now we are talking based on this name. Now, how this number has and creating an impact. Now this number is traveling, right? How it is
Mm.
traveling. Now we are talking by which? Now we are not sitting physically in front of us. You are sitting in some place. I am sitting in some place, but we are discussing, doing this podcast through satellite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are sending request to Manas Kepal. It is coming, going back to the universe, and it's coming back to me. So you are
Mm.
traveling my names from one place to another place. So my names is vibration is going, right?
So
So
what
it is,
I heard from one of my friend Manas
yeah.
कि अगर आप नाम में change करते हो कुछ, you have to sign it like 30-40 times, or maybe there is a number of times you have to sign with the same name, and then there is a impact of that new
It is
name on
basically
your life.
subconscious. It is basically subconscious program. Like for example, when we change something,
हाँ.
now you generally what you introduced me Manas Pal. Now
Hmm.
if I say I will say Manas K Pal.
Hmm.
Now why it is or you can say Manas. Now, why it is? Because not habituated everyone's on that particular. So when someone is, if someone is writing again and again, in subconsciously it builds up. At least I should feel, I should believe in myself what I am writing, what is my name, right? Rather than
Hmm.
someone else. If I am not knowing what my name is, what to talk about others, right?
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
is one of the, and the signing also has an effect and impact. So because when you are sign in certain way, so it's create an impact for that. So again,
Hmm.
if I think many times, what happened? We are again reprogramming our subconscious mind.
Hmm, yeah. So, again, coming back to the numbers, like if there is, if a person is going to start some new thing or कुछ नया करना, maybe they are planning baby, तो वो कोई particular date पे birthday, like these things
There
can
can be
be
plans.
planned.
There can be
Yeah.
plans. See, one thing we can control, something we can control, something we cannot control. Like for example, now if I talk about birth planning, we did at this time. Uh, Now something in our hands, something's not, something our negligence. Now recently we had a miscarriage, which we had. So, but we planned in certain times, and we felt that these times will be born and this way. But exact date you cannot plan because that is not in your hand, right?
Like other dates,
You
like
have 20.
starting a business, or
Yes,
dates like when we have to sign a good contract, or
yes,
maybe some
yes,
other deal,
yes.
or yeah,
We
that
can,
can be planned.
yes. Like based on again, I would say that 81 combination, based on that combination of particular the person, which is suitable date for that, you can go.
Hmm.
At
Okay.
least I always use numerology as one of the major tool. Now,
Hmm.
if I know this 2026 is going to be my the best year or the peak year, will I be sit idle now? I will plan. May not be this year the peak, but next year the peak. But peak, it will not come like this way only. If I start putting effort from now, I can get the best out of it from the next year. But if
Hmm.
I know the next year will be the best, but I am not prepared enough, I am not ready enough to do that. Will that be happen? Will that happen? Year will come and go, but it will not happen, right? If I know the next year my business can be 10x, but at least I need to have the effort, at least 5x effort in this year, start from onwards, at least 1x to 2x effort I should put from now so that I become habituated and I am capable enough to handle that much of 5x. Then I can expect at least 7x, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But if I'm not
Okay.
doing anything, if I'm doing like this way only, what we can expect? Little better than that. We cannot say
Yeah,
that.
again, action taking is very important, and the proper planning and the strategy is very important along with your numerology thing when the numbers are in the play. So, like we have talked a lot on the numbers in general, but let's talk about numbers and the relationships. So, do you believe that like my marriage happened without seeing the number of my husband, like when it happened that time? So eventually
Yeah.
it is going well, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen many cases where the
Struggle.
numbers did not match and still the marriage happened. So
Struggle.
do you think that in even in numerology there are certain strategies or certain formulas to find out who is the perfect match for their marriage or for their partnerships or for any kind of relationships?
Yeah, there are actually. So, like for example, I told you the 81 combination. Out of 81 combination, there are few combinations like 1 8, 8 1,
Hmm.
then 4 4 2, 2 8, 8 2, 3 6 6 3. If those combinations are coming, there are few more. If those combinations are coming, for example, husband wife combination, and the person himself or herself have those combinations, and going to match with the other person have those combinations, better should not marry. But even someone is having marriage, there could be others numbers which is giving them balance, but there will be a lot of friction, there will be a lot of tension, there will be a lot of misunderstanding, there will be a lot of quarrels, things. एक जन बोलता है सामान सुनो, मेरे को ही क्या हमेशा सुनना ही पड़ेगा, और मेरे को क्या ये बोल के तो कुछ सुनता नहीं है. Why these things happen? Because there is not matching. Even in astrology, it's happened. Even for my marriage, that time I was not knowing about the numerology and astrology, but I had the faith of the astrology's work. So I went for an astrology. Even I have seen the chart and certain things work. There are 36 points comes.
Yeah,
So it is
yeah.
four. It is comes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. So eighth is the health. It comes the best. First is about the bond. So like even sexual compatibility is the, then about compatibilities, there are different factors, the mindset, how it is matches. So there are a lot of things happen. So people have,
Hmm.
and I have seen many, I have even dealt with a lot of divorce cases. People are, why they are struggle. Then I go back somewhere it is just to understand where it is or can fix it. So these things
Hmm.
happen. Now, for example, again, if someone having that match, I'm telling those numbers I told like 1 8 8 1 2 4 4 2 2
Hmm.
8,
Hmm.
then 8 4 4 8, then 3 6 6 3. If those matches are there, even, and someone or the partners or their partners 6 and 7 numbers and 5 6 7 numbers are not there in their birth chart, you can mark my words, they will have very tough time, or they have already divorced or already verge of divorce. It always happens. So it's same thing applies even in business partnerships. If
Hmm.
someone date of birth 3,
Hmm.
or it comes with the date especially 3, 12, then 21 or 30th, if they are partnering with, let's say, 15,
Hmm.
6, 24, there is 100% chance, I would say. At least 99.999% chances their partnership will not go well.
So, Manas, partnership or even the relationships, they can be planned with the help of numerology
Yeah,
beforehand. Matlab, like if we are contemplating, we are contemplating the new thing,
yeah,
and if we take off their date of birth,
yeah,
only date of birth is required, right?
yeah,
Not the time of birth, right?
yes.
Yeah, so we can ask in a way that we find so anybody can do it,
Yes,
or do
anybody
we
can do
also
it.
need?
It is a very basic science. That's what we teach in our numerology, mega numerology boot camp, which is 2 days extensive boot camp. At least it is a very basic but yet foundation. 18 chapters we cover in 2 days. Very extensive program by which one's fundamentals becomes very deep and very clear. One can understand, even start doing numerology as a consultation initially. You may not be doing the great level, but what happened? Their confidence level will go up and they can start doing that. So even I say it is one of the money making skills, but I always say, but we do it with with dignity, because
Hmm.
because who comes to a numerologist? Persons who is already in problem. But
Hmm.
you are enjoying their problem, who is going to suffer? They are going to suffer.
Hmm.
Do it as a service. Give them
Eh,
for service. Don't cheat them. Give them
hmm.
genuine, authentic value. If you do
Yeah.
that, it's no end of dearth of even money, even doing this business. So Why I
I,
was sharing. So this is very, very important, as you mentioned. So whenever if someone is doing business, plan for it. Check both of them. Even another thing I will tell, even doing business, after doing the business, which kind of persons you wanted to have in your team?
yeah.
For
So is
example,
it like even the companies who are
yeah,
hiring their
yeah,
employees,
yes,
why don't they check their personality type, whether the personality type is matching the work culture of the company or of the boss? Because many a times things happen like there are toxic bosses, there are relationship issues in the offices as well. I mean, a lot of bullying happens, a lot of toxic thing happens at workplace also. But then there can be a chance that a numerologist get a retainership or something just to check if
yes,
the
it
new
gives it
hire is
gives
good.
It gives, but it depends on that culture of the companies, and big corporation sometimes becomes really difficult. But that is a job of HR, and HR has a good numerologist, or the even it's not good numerologist. The basics numerologist can learn it. They can do it wonder. But many times, what it also happen, especially date of birth. Many times their date of birth, original date of birth, and their certification date of birth are different.
Ah, okay.
So that's also plays a crucial role. So if that is actually date of birth is placed, then it can. Now, for example, I was telling one of the coaches actually, she was talking to me. He was telling about something about then. She was discussing with me something about podcast and things I was discussing, and then suddenly I was telling I was also a numerology. Then she suddenly told, okay, if you are a you are already a numerologist. So can you tell me what would be the company's name of my company which I supposed to give based on my date of birth? Then I was telling date of birth. I was telling if you are not be successful, then who can be? Because all the Raj Yogas and everything is present in your date of birth and everything. Then I was telling one thing her, you are very good at sales and marketing. You would be doing great. She was wondering, oh, really? Then she told, when I was doing in corporate job, my one of the boss told me that you would be successful in actually sales or in marketing.
Hmm.
Now she is focusing
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah. So numbers tell you, I mean, you are
Yes.
already speaking the numbers in
Yeah.
such a depth, Manas, like
You check the
you are
number. Someone has number one. If in his birth chart, if number one comes two times, they
hmm.
are very good communicator. They can mesmerize the soul. They are very good in communication. If you see
Wow,
number
great.
5 star, if they're like I told about the driver and conductor number,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
4 and 5 combinations are there, they will be very good marketing and sales.
Hmm,
Now,
hmm.
someone wants to be like, wanted to become like a graphic designer or wanted to become
Creative side.
creative idea. You see the numbers, it is coming about 438 numbers are coming, or especially the three numbers are present or not, or three sevens or three numbers is there or not. They will be very, very
Hmm.
creative. You will see some people are very, they can understand what's going to happen. Hey, I was thinking that this can is going to happen, and they
Intuitive mind. Yeah.
intuitive powers. So they have different numbers like 27492. Those numbers are there. They can understand it.
In
I was
their chart,
yeah,
in their grid, you mean to
yeah,
say?
in the
Okay, okay. Okay, great, great.
one of my friend who was suggesting me few things. I was just telling okay. He was telling okay, if we do this, if he was suggesting me, if you do this, it will happen. I told you just tell me. You tell me, I will do it because I know he has intuition power is very good, and he understand what I was doing business. You do it, I will tell how to do it. Don't worry. And he told I do it, and it is what.
Wow. So, Manas, you just named a word called Rajyog just now.
Yeah.
Right. So, Rajyog we used to see in the movies. यार ये इसका राजयोग है, पाँव नहीं रखेगी, ये तो princess की तरह मतलब राज करेगी,
Yes.
like those back in times. Do you believe in Rajyog? होता है ये?
Yes. There are now. If you see this grid again, so there are actually total 8 eight lines are here. Like for example, if I take 294 or 492 is one grid here.
Hmm.
Yeah, one line. 438 is one line. 951 is one line. 276 is one line. 816 is here one line. 357 is one line. These are all horizontal line and vertical line. And two are
Hmm.
diagonal line. 258, 456.
Hmm.
If someone has the number 456, this is called Rajo, the top Rajo. We
Ach-
call this kind of people, they are super successful people. Now, we call it is another I call it, it is says success finds them. They don't go for success. Success comes to them. Rather, success chases them.
Hmm.
So success comes to them very effortlessly. What they
Acha.
need to do? They need to put effort.
Great, great,
Now,
great.
I have seen, I have seen in my birth chart, I had the 456.
Hmm.
But I have seen I always struggled. But when I put more and effort, something, it becomes successful. Now,
Hmm.
another one is I am giving you the another Rajyog is 258. Now I am giving you here one is the golden advice to all your viewers. If someone has 258 numbers, you invest only and only in real estate, and you will see how wonderful you are going to get outcomes from the real estate. And if you have the courage to do real estate business, do it. You see whatever you have done earlier, and if you have the 258 numbers are matching in your grid, you will see different level. And another Rajyog is called 951. This is called a symbol of success. They have very strong resilience. Now we called about the resilience, the successful people has the resilience. If you see, I can tell you, if you find at least top 100 successful people in the world, you can search in the Google or in Chat GPT, you can search it. Give me the top 100 people, top 100 successful people in this world, and find their date of birth.
Hmm.
I without seeing, I can tell you out of 100, at least 60 to 70 people will be having 951 chart in their date of birth.
Acha.
And
Oh,
they are called fighter.
fighters.
So they can come out from the situation, they can come out of the track, but they will come back again. The bounce back capacity is very strong. So
Hmm.
because in business, in the different situation, there will be always ups and downs. There will be there. But how they can come back, they can bounce back, they can overcome the situation, and they have that strong resilience. They never succumbs to the pressure. So
Hmm.
those qualities are there. So this is called Rajyog. So this is called symbol of success.
Oh wow, wow, Manas. Matlab, this is complete, complete workshop on numerology, and I
I would
was
say the cracks of the workshop, the
work.
essence we have given in just
Yeah.
in our time.
Absolutely,
This is the
absolutely. So, like Manas, we can go endless on this, but I would love to stop here. And,
we
by
can do
the,
another one.
yeah,
More
yeah, maybe
detail
we
on
can
particular
make a
one
series on
topic.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can make a series on this. While I want my audience to know one last thing, that if they want to truly make the use of numerology in their daily lives, so what is the tip you can share, you want to share here?
You mean to say the each and every day how they can use
Yeah.
numerology? It's very simple. First, you understand your basic date of birth. What are the missing things there? What are the missing things? How you can incorporate those things and follow it minutely as much as you can. And its remedies are very very simple and straightforward. You do not need many big things to do that. You need to use the gemstone and lakhs and crores and rupees to spend it. You can use very small amount. You can invest in it and rectify it. And another thing is very, very important. As I mentioned, I use it as a tool. Tool means if I know the next year is going to be my year, so I will be prepared from now onwards. If I know after 3 years, my golden time is going to come. So I will make the line accordingly. If I know the next year is going to be my difficult phase, why I should put extra effort in it? Why I should burn my energy? If I know
Hmm.
next year is very good for my healing and even my for spirituality, but it is not great for the business. So I will go different Tirtha Jatras and I will go spend time there. No, I
But
will go.
how to know आपका कौन सा year अच्छा है?
That is fine. That is based on their own date of birth, and there is personal number, personal year. It comes into the place. That's also it is in the advanced level of numerology, which they can learn it, and it is very easy. It's use their own personal way. So it is becomes a really wonderful tool. So if I know that next year, next to next year is really going to be wonderful time. Next to next year is going to be very tough time, very turbulence time. I'll be
Hmm.
picked that I am not going to do extravagant things. For example, if I go from Gurgaon to Dehradun or
Hmm.
Gurgaon to Rishikesh,
Hmm.
I know there will be a lot of traffics are there in this area, that area. So I will be starting journey accordingly, right? So if I know that this will be peak time there, so why I should honk and go
Absolutely.
do things?
Absolutely.
I will
Yeah,
go
yeah.
slowly in the traffic, no? But I know I will reach there. It will take 7 hours. Instead of 7 hours, it will take 8.5 hours time. I know 8.5 hours. So I'll go relaxly 8.5 hours. Rather than I will not punch it and I will not hit it somewhere else instead of going in full speed, right?
Hmm.
I will
Yeah, yeah.
slowly, I will reach there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
So
what.
thank you, Manas K. Pal. Like I'm sending the to the universe this name, Manas K. Pal. So thank you for today's session. It was absolutely amazing. Pata hi nahi chala. It's been a very long time, and we were discussing in depth about numerology. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much actually for again inviting, and feel free to ask any questions if you have and put in the comment box whenever is there, and we are always there. And if you are wanted to be interested in especially numerology bootcamp, it is going to be really game changer, I would say, because all four areas, health, wealth, relationships, and career, is very, very important. If we know where to, we can fix by ourselves. It is not
Yeah.
you need to go each and every time, so go to different pandit, jyosis. At least for yourselves, you can come to know that the numerology bootcamp is going to be enough for you to understand, at least for yourself, even if you're not going to make your career. But if you're going to make career, is the best options. And for 2025 is one of the like skills you can master it. And especially uh, now I say especially this profession, you can do it from home. You don't need to
Hmm.
have office, you need to go anywhere else. And one of the good profession, even for the housewife, have some amount of time. Those are there. They can give this consultation. Just call over like this, and they
Hmm.
can make action here, and they can earn some amount of money in there. So this is
Wow.
very good
Amazing.
profession.
Thank you.
Thank,
Thank you, Manas.
thank you.